Hello and welcome to another video about Cardano. In this video I want to talk about the latest price developments of Cardano. We want to have a look at the weekly candle which has closed, and also about some latest price developments also with regards to Bitcoin, and some interesting things are happening here that I want to talk about just to make you aware and what could be happening this week, just to prepare you mentally for this week, because it's the worst day of the week. It's Monday. So we are going to take a look, and first of all, let's take a look at the winners. Now at the moment, Solana is a clear winner in terms of how much it has gone up. Also, Solana is now at its all-time high. You can see that here. It's gone up 65% in the last 7 days. In the last day, 37.9%. So it's just crazy. It's just going up. However, Cardano is going up as well. But in terms of last 30 days, clearly we have some cryptos here like Terra Luna, Axie Infinity, Solana as well, XRP, Ripple, BitTorrent. So Cardano isn't that crazy. So however, Cardano is still only 3.7% away from its all-time high according to this website, Blockchain Center. And in the end, it doesn't matter if it's 3.7 or 4%, we're damn close to the all-time high. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, because some interesting developments have taken place here on the daily. You can still see, and I mentioned that in yesterday's video, we can still see that we're trading in this ascending wedge, which I said could be a bearish sign that we're going to drop below this. There will be a breakout at some point when we move towards this apex. It can't go on forever like that, but but at the moment we are still trading within this on the daily chart. And that is quite interesting. What we could see, I believe it was yesterday, we had quite a bit of a range here, and we actually touched this lower end of the apex. So this really forms a resistance, a support level. And we're going to take a look at the 4-hour one, because here on the 4-hour one, we are seeing something interesting. So yesterday, when I did that video, I think it was here 9 o'clock in the evening, UK time. So what we can see, I said something would be happening soon, and I predicted that we were probably dropping below the 20-day moving average because of some bearish signs like the ascending wedge, like the MACD, which is turning red down here. And yeah, there was actually a breakout to the lower end below the 20-day moving average. However, when it then touched the ascending wedge, since then, it has started to creep up again. We are now above the 20-day moving average on the 4-hour chart again. So not a big issue to drop below the 20-day moving average on the 4-hour, it seems, because Bitcoin has done that a few times now, and it's always recovered again. So for me, what this means is the ascending wedge is a much bigger support level, because whenever it touched the this ascending wedge, it has offered support. And what comes in addition to that is that this ascending wedge is actually the same, sort of at the same level as the 50-day moving average, which you can see here. That 50-day moving average is really at the same level at the moment. However, as I said, it can't go on forever. There will be a breakout to one side soon, and I still believe, because it's a bearish sign, that we might actually creep up to the 50,000 level, yeah, because that is essentially a huge resistance level, a huge psychological one as well. So that might actually happen, trading on like that, going forward up to the 50,000, but then something needs to happen, and then I believe this will be when we will break out to either side, depending what the sentiment is. But it's more likely for me, just because of the indicators that I see, like the MACD, and also the fact that this is a bearish indicator normally. Yeah, it is more likely to go down. But in this crazy world, you never know. I just want to prepare you that something can be happening between now and when we move to the 50,000 level. So it's getting closer. Let's have a look at the weekly close, and I need to adjust that here quickly again. Weekly candle obviously closed outside of that. We'll probably need to adjust it a little bit for the weekly here. But also here Is that just a channel? Is that an ascending wedge? I think it can be called an ascending wedge as well. So yeah, it's pretty much showing the same thing here on the weekly. On the weekly, still signs okay. What I wanted to mention to you today as well is that we were actually shortly, for a short period of time, and that was a couple of days ago, we were below the 200-day moving average again, but the candle actually closed above it. So the 200-day moving average on the daily also provides a great support. So exciting times ahead. And as you can see, I mean, if it stays in that level, it's just going to move up and up and up. So that's interesting. But whatever happens, and as I said, I think there might be a breakout to the lower side. Whatever happens, I think it will have an impact on Cardano as well. Let's take a look at Cardano. And I'm now on the daily chart again. And let me just close these indicators here again. So here on the daily Cardano, we see a few red, we can see a few red candles again. And it just shows again that we're trading in that range here between $2 and $2.25, which is what I've mentioned now a few times. And on the daily, we can see that we are really in this level. So 225 is at the moment our resistance level. It seems to be waiting for what Bitcoin is doing, and the other indicators okay, I think. Volume, yeah, okay, just a few red bars now. RSI is still in overbought territory. So I said yesterday in the video, if we continue to trade sideways, at least the RSI will go down a little bit. And also here, the MACD is still bullish, but losing a little bit of momentum at the moment on the daily chart. But with that level of detail, it makes more sense also to have a look at the 4-hour chart, which I did yesterday evening as well. And here's something interesting is developing as well. So what we can see is that this 20-day moving average is really giving Cardano support. And we're now really at a make or break point here. Cardano, this 20-day moving average has supported Cardano now since the 9th of August and even before that. So it's always been support. We've never been below that since then. And this is now a make or break point here. So we're now at 211. With the situation we have, we've got this 20-day moving average, which is going up. And on the upside, we've got this 225 level we haven't got through yet. And also we haven't gone below the 20-day moving average for a while. So now we need to see, we've actually touched that 20-day moving average today. So if we have a line here and extend just that 20-day moving average in that direction, we can see that for, in today, something needs to happen. Something needs to happen today. I mean, latest tomorrow morning. But if we continue to trade like that, a breakout needs to happen. Something needs to happen. So will be interesting to see if we are going to just break out to the downside and then just trade in that channel for a while, which I wouldn't have a problem with, because it just would show, it gives a little bit of an opportunity to strengthen that $2 support level here. But it would obviously stop the immediate uptrend. But it wouldn't be a bad thing in my opinion, just before the mainnet rollout of smart contracts. I'd rather see that sideways movement for a while before we then go up to new all-time highs. But it's just to prepare you again for that something will be happening very shortly here. That's actually quite exciting to see what's going to happen. Are we going to break out to the downside? Are we bouncing off that 20-day moving average again and going to touch the 225? So you can observe that today just by looking at the prices. If we trade between 215 and 225, it means we haven't broken out. If we're below 215 for a while, it means that we're probably going to trade sideways a little bit, unless something similar happens like with Bitcoin, where we then touch the $2 again and we creep up again into the upside of that 20-day moving average. But then it really gets down. There is not a lot of scope for movement then, because we are in this triangle here and we are going to move to the apex. So that's interesting. And on the weekly, however, let's have a look how the candle closed. What I really like to see is that the candle closed in that range of 220, of 2 and 225. So we've made it. We're now in this territory here. And the good thing is, and that's on a weekly, so it's, the longer term trend time frame. The good thing is that now it has taken a while. Since June, the MACD is now in the positive again, and that only happened because the weekly closed where it did. So faster than I actually expected, because we had these huge jumps this week. So what that means, last time, and it doesn't show unfortunately here on the Bitfinex chart, but the last time we had that positive momentum, we were starting to move to new all-time highs on the Cardano chart, and I showed you that in previous videos. But this bullish cross here, where the blue line crosses above the orange line, it's a bullish indicator, more a longer term or mid-term thing, but it is a positive trend that we can see here clearly, bullish momentum, and really nice to see how this all turns out for Cardano. We know that great times are coming. So the message I want to bring across here is really good signs. We have managed to close really well for Cardano on the weekly, which has a lot of meaning. And now on the 4-hour, we just need to observe today what's going to happen. Something will happen between now and tomorrow morning, and Bitcoin as well. So it will be very, very interesting to see as well if Bitcoin, what's happening with this ascending wedge here that Bitcoin is currently trading within. Again, it's not that imminent that something needs to happen, but we are getting very close, because this, as we move towards that apex, something needs to happen. I actually need to move it a little bit like that. So we are still above the 200-day moving average, Bitcoin is, and I suspect that something will be happening when we move towards the 50,000. As this is Bitcoin again, as this lower end of the ascending wedge is providing support, we're clearly climbing up really towards the 50,000. So interesting what's going to happen. Let me know what you think, where we are going to end. If you like the video, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!